that Donald Trump wrote. We're gonna check the style he used. I mean, it's actually he has a secretary who writes these letters for him, but still, I found this letter a bit informal. But we're gonna check it. Um, so in order to start and identify if we have any gerunds or infinitives. All right, so this is a letter that Donald Trump, I think so, yeah, wrote to the Turkish president. So we're gonna read it. Right, let's go. Very well. So yesterday we were working on writing our own email, complaining about anything, right? And now we're gonna continue working on it, checking this style in this letter, the words that are being used, the grammar, everything. We're gonna start reading this letter, try to highlight those words, that vocabulary that uses gerund or infinitive, and then we're gonna have a review with gerunds and infinitives. So let's start. Can you please help me, Saul, to read this first? I mean, can you read all this letter, please? Let's read it.
Okay, let me see.
Mhm. Here.
His Excellency, uh, how do I write the next receipt?
Mhm.
Receipt, type
Yeah,
it. How do I read
yeah.
this?
So it's his name. I don't know how it's pronounced, but you can see. I think it's Recep. I don't know that that's his name.
Okay, President of the Republic of Turkey. Dear Mr. President, let's work out a good deal. You don't want to be responsible for ex ex
Oh, slaughtering.
slaughtering.
Mm-hmm.
What does mean this year? I don't know that word.
Killing. Killing.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
slaughtering thousands of people, and I don't want to be responsible for destroying Turkey economy,
Mm-hmm.
and I will. I've already given you a little sample with respect to Pastor Bromson. Bromson.
Mm-hmm.
I have worked hard to solve some of your problems. Don't let the war down. You can make a great deal. General Mus- M- Moslon
Mm-hmm.
is is willing to negotiate with you, and he is willing to make a concession that they will never have made in the past. I confidentially enclosing a copy of his letter to me just received. History will look upon you favorably, uh, favorably if
Mm-hmm.
you get
Favorably.
this done the right and human way. It will look upon you forever as a devil if God things don't happen. If good things don't happen, don't be a tough guy. Don't be a fool. I will call you later. Sincerely. Damn.
Okay. So, what do you think about this letter? Especially, the beginning and the conclusion.
Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what is the I don't know the results he was waiting of this letter, but I think I don't know. He's trying to how do I say amenazar? How do I
Mm-hmm.
say amenazar, teacher, in English?
Threaten. Let me write here. Threaten. Yeah,
Treating,
threaten. Yes.
treating.
He's threatening. Yes, it's very frank, very direct.
Exactly. It's not like the normal way, like politicians make stuff because they have to be, they have to use the diplomacy to you to to talk to another politician, and
Mm-hmm.
more when this one is not from your own country. You don't have the confidence to talk to any person like that.
Yeah,
But Donald Trump is Donald Trump.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing, now that elections are, um, many people say lots of things about, um, they thought Donald Trump was crazy, but actually when you compare to what Biden was doing, many people, even Latinos, they were favored voting for Donald Trump. So it was amazing because Donald Trump at the beginning, he was very tough on immigrants, right? And everyone was like, no, this will be the apocalypse for the US. Then they compare with Joe Biden, and like things don't happen like they expect them to. So it happened like in those years that the um so Donald Trump said that he would build a wall between United States and Mexico. He said that he will deport thousands of immigrants. But actually, when you look at the information and you compare, the one who has deported or sent back to their countries more immigrants has been Joe Biden. The one who has done a little bit more of crazy stuff, it's been Joe Biden. You know, like it looked like Donald Trump was making the US very hermetic. I mean, it's like very isolated from all the nations. And Joe Biden didn't do so many things to change. So that's why it's after after Joe Biden's uh presidency, no one would ever think that they would vote for Donald Trump again. So that's one of the things like people sometimes they especially politicians, they show one face. They have a character, but then when you look at what they do, it's not exactly like you expect. So yeah, you can see Donald Trump is like very um we would say not really orthodox, right? The way he says the things that he believes, and
He's rude.
he's rude. Yeah, he's straightforward rude. That's right. But still, when you compare the actions, right, and you see what happened, right? For example, many people criticize two things in the US. Talking about exterior politics, right? The first thing was what happened in Afghanistan. For them, that was like a serious loss, like something you couldn't believe about the first world war, well, the first world economy, and then the other thing was what happened with Ukraine. Yeah, not recording by the way. So yeah, yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, because many people, even Donald Trump says, if I had been the president, the war would have never happened, right? So we don't know, right? But it seems that people will vote for Donald Trump. It looks like that. And yeah, so you can see here the style is like not really um actually, that there's another letter that was criticized, written by Donald Trump. Well, I told you, I don't think he's the one writing his letters. Like there's a secretary, but just imagine the face of his secretary while writing these letters. It's like, oh my God, am I really going to write this? But there was a teacher, no, not a teacher, a professor from this university that she was criticizing Donald Trump's letters because he had like enormous grammar mistakes. There was a lot of mistakes and um, wrong grammar, wrong vocabulary used. And so, yeah, you could see that his letters have his style, right? All right. So, and now do you see here, because yesterday we were talking about the infinitives and gerunds, so we were comparing both. Do you see here any vocabulary here that is using infinitive? Like any verb in infinitive? Do you see any verb in infinitive?
Yes, several. In fact,
Okay, for example.
to be is one of them, the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then in germ is the other one. I don't know how to pronounce. In fact, swa- s-
Mm-hmm.
Slauden.
Yeah. So first you have here want to. This is the infinitive. So I will underline first the infinitive because slaughtering is gerund, right? So we have here want to. What else? Infinitive is the verbs with to. Do you see any other one? We have, for example,
To
it says
solve.
it's willing to negotiate, but this is not an infinitive because you're using to like a preposition, right? Yeah, first let's check the infinitive verbs.
to solve too.
To solve, where is it?
It's in the
Say
beginning
first
of the second. In the beginning of the second sec.
paragraph.
I've worked hard to solve your problems. In the beginning of the second paragraph.
Work to solve. Okay. Oh, mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see.
To
What
make,
else? Where is it to make?
and he's willing to make concession.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Willing to. Yes, willing to. Like here, no? Willing to negotiate. Yeah, well, actually, after will, we always use the infinitive. Yeah, I was thinking if this was not a preposition, like you are writing to for a purpose, but let's say that we have here the infinitive too. Okay, don't be a fool. Okay, let's see. What is now verbs with gerunds? Do you see here any verbs with gerunds?
Slaughtering. Slaughtering.
Yes, first slaughtering. Okay, yeah. So remember, after prepositions, for example, for is a preposition. Yeah, for. For is a preposition. So after prepositions for, about, on,
Destroying.
you use gerund. Then where? For destroying, yeah. For again. Do you see any other gerunds? Eventually, okay. There are some verbs with the ing, but these not all of them are gerunds.
this one says willing. Is not germ.
Where?
So General Maslow is willing to negotiate.
I know. The thing is that this is not a gerund. I mean, it's a gerund participle, but here is present continuous. Yeah, what I mean is like in the previous examples. Yeah, like
Okay.
slaughtering. All right. Let's see if I can find this letter that Donald Trump wrote to, that was Kim Jong-un, I think. But I told you there was a professor who wrote some comments about it, and she found like 10 mistakes on the letter. Okay, very well. So let's read now this letter, and we find infinitives and gerunds too. So this is Donald Trump to Kim Jong-un. So it says, okay, I will read the first paragraph. Dear Mr. Chairman, we really appreciate your time, patience, and effort with respect to our recent negotiations and discussions related to us, relative to, I think here's one of those mistakes the professor said because it would say related and not relative, but could be, okay, relative to a summit long sought by both parties, which was scheduled to take place on June 12th in Singapore. We were informed that the meeting was requested by North Korea, but that to us is totally irrelevant. I was very much looking forward to being there with you. Sadly, based on the tremendous anger and open hostility displayed in your most recent statement, I feel it is inappropriate at this time to have this long-planned meeting. Therefore, please let this letter serve to represent that the Singapore summit for the good of both parties, but to the detriment of the world, will not take place. You talk about your nuclear capabilities, but ours are so massive and powerful that I pray to God they will never have to be used. Okay, so let's see. Infinitives. What infinitives do you see in this paragraph?
Take place, take.
Which one? Can you repeat that?
Uh, which was scheduled to take place on June 12th. Take.
Yeah. Right. To be scheduled. All right. So was scheduled to take place. Okay. See any other infinitives? Okay. To is an infinitive in this case. It's not. Let me tell you why. Because when you say let, remember that let is a verb that is used without the infinitive, right? For example, let me help you. So we have let this letter serve, right? So let is being used with the verb serve. Okay. But you're here you're saying the purpose, right? So I think that in this case we can connect serve with to, serve to represent, no? Right? Can we see that? Yeah, maybe. Let these letters serve to represent. Uh-huh. So it's not correct to say serve representing, no? Serve to represent. But the thing about to in this verb is not only to use the infinitive, but is to the verb to is being used for to tell you that there's a purpose, right? For example, I learn English to get a better job, right? So in this case, when I say I learn English to get, is not really the infinitive thing, it's a preposition, right? It's a preposition to say what is the function of that or what is the purpose of me doing certain activity. Then it says, okay, to the detriment is not an infinitive as well because we don't have a verb before. Okay, I pray to God. Okay, so in this case, to, again, it's not infinitive, it's just a preposition, right? And who you're praying to. But, for example, have to, right? Have to be is a infinitive. Do you see any other infinitives? Now let's see, maybe let's look for gerunds. Do you see any gerunds we can underline? Well, here you have look forward to. Remember that this is a phrasal verb composed or made by three words. So it's just look forward to is one expression. Yeah, look forward to means to expect something, to want something really very much. So you say to look forward to being, it means to really want to be there, right? So in this case too is used as a preposition. So after this phrasal verb look forward to, you always use the gerund, all right? Always. So you can say, for example, I am looking forward to see you, right? I'm looking forward to see you is not correct, right? It could be logical and it's actually confusing, but why not? Because the verb to in this case is not infinitive. So you need to write the sentence like this. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking forward to seeing you, not to see you, right? So be careful with this phrasal verb. We always use a gerund, all right? Then it says, what else? Do you see any other gerund? Not, I don't think so, right? No more? So may we continue. Hey, Jenny, could you help us read next two paragraphs, please?
Yes. I which paragraph?
I felt a
Okay.
wonderful.
I felt a wonderful dialogue was building up between you and me, and ultimately, it is only that dialogue that matters. Someday I look very much forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I want to thank you for the release of the hostages who are now home with their families. That was a that was a beautiful gesture and was very much appreciated.
Okay. Could you read the next paragraph too?
Okay. If you change your mind having to do with this most important summit, please do not hesitate to call me or write. The world and North Korea in particular has lost a great opportunity for lasting peace and great prosperity and wealth. This missed opportunity is a truly sad moment in history.
Okay. Thank you so much. So again, do you see any infinitives? First infinitives?
Um, I want to thank you. No, no.
Yeah,
But I
yes,
don't know
exactly.
in this
I
case,
want to thank you.
thank.
This is one infinitive, correct?
Uh, the next paragraph. If you change your mind, having to do.
Yeah, correct. Any other?
Hesit hesitate to call me. Call me all right.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So after hesitate, you use infinitive. Another one?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No.
But gerunds?
Building up
Yeah,
in the first paragraph.
first. Yeah,
The
but
first line.
here
Yes.
I felt was building up. This gerund, I think that is not the gerund like similar to the infinitive function. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
yes, it's just a verb with
Mm,
has ing. It's infinite is gerund, but it's participle gerund. Any other? Could be this one, right?
okay. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah, exactly. Any other?
Having the second paragraph. If you
Mhm.
change your mind, having.
Okay, so in this case, change with have, right? So you say you change your mind having.
Mm,
Yes. Okay. Another one,
no.
maybe one after preposition for lasting pace.
But lasting is not an adjective.
Mm-hmm. Lasting, yeah, you're right. It's an adjective. I just want to highlight that after prepositions, right, we use the
Okay.
gerund, but
Mm,
I think that, yeah, because peace, lasting peace, right? It's an adjective. Yeah. So this is, I think that's it, right? No more gerunds or infinitives? No, I don't think so. Okay, very well. So now what do you guys think about this letter? Think this was written long ago, many years ago? What do you think? Now I want to show you these corrections. So there was a professor who criticized this letter. Let's see, we find it. Yeah, and the doctor think I mean the professor, I don't know if she has a PhD or now that I remember, she even wrote the F, right? Okay. Let's see. So Donald Trump got F after writing the letters. So what are those mistakes? Here you see. Okay, so it says don't pan the pender. Okay. Okay, here you see some mistakes, right? So the letter, all right. So it first says here, like the first mistake, it says don't pander to your audience, right? To pander means to be so soft when you need to be when in this case of the letter, the tone, it's really serious. So that's why it says don't pander to your audience. So that's the first point, right? Then he didn't write a comma, right? It says use a comma. Other error he made, it says an effort, and it's not with respect to. It need to say in respect to. Okay. Yeah. So in respect to, you see, I told you it's not relative, it's regarding to or related to. Put this in a different sentence or leave it out. All right. So he forgot commas. Then it says release of the hostages. So here the professor mentioned because Donald Trump said, "I want to thank you for the release of the hostages." And Donald Trump said that was a beautiful gesture. That's why they wrote, "Taking hostages is beautiful." So I think that's vocabulary. So she's not only criticizing punctuation or grammar, but also the vocabulary that he's using, right? This missed opportunity. Don't repent. Okay. Last in peace. Ah, yeah, he forgot a comma here. Yeah, look. So he forgot a comma instead of writing here, right? For lasting peace and great prosperity and wealth. So here you should write for lasting peace, great prosperity, and wealth. Lots of mistakes. So that's why he got F. He failed the test. All right. So you see, it's incredible, huh? Like, even the signature, she's saying that the signature is covering the text. All right. Well, what do you think? Lots of mistakes, right?
I think the final purposes of the any language is the communication, and at the final, I think he really communicate what he want to communicate. At final, he got F. He is the president. He will be. He's supposed to be the president again.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to care about this. I don't say it's not important, but the fact the really important for me, what I think is to communicate. Like if you can communicate your ideas, I think that's good enough. But if you think
Yeah.
in the purpose of the language,
Yeah. I think that the reason why being so strict with Donald Trump is just the position, no? That every president is in a position where all their citizens expect the best from him, right? So I don't know. On one hand, I also understand that they're strict. Like if you're the president, you shouldn't make those mistakes. Um, all right. But yeah, it's correct. Like maybe there are some things that you could agree or disagree with, maybe the language. But what really surprises me was the grammar mistakes he committed. Um, or errors, I don't know, right? Mistake is something you do without knowing. An error, no, sorry, it's the opposite. A mistake is something you do without knowing. Sorry that I mean, I already confused. So mistake is something that you commit. You know, I mean, you already know how to use the word correctly, the vocabulary or the grammar. That's a mistake. And an error is something you don't know why you're wrong. You write something and you always write like that, and you don't know why it should be different. So I think that here he was making some errors. All right. So now with base of that, we're gonna practice a bit of gerunds and infinitives. So please join me here in this activity. Okay, so let's work on it. All right, so may join us. Start. Okay. So what's the difference? You see, I remember flying, right? I'm talking about my memories. If I say remember to fly, is something that you need to do, right? Like remember to wash the dishes, remember to pay the bills, remember to go to work, right? But here I'm talking about my memories, so that's why I say I remember flying, right? Let's go. Okay, very well. Trying to spend, exactly, trying to spend. Okay, very well. It didn't stop raining. Okay. So if I say stop to rain, it means that I stopped to do another activity. So here I'm just saying that the rain finished, right? Okay. Stopped talking. Okay. And so again, it's not the same to say, for example, I stopped to smoke, you know, cigarette. I don't smoke, by the way. I stopped smoking. It's not the same. I stopped to smoke means I'm walking and I'm doing different thing, and then I take a cigarette and I smoke. That's I stopped to smoke. I stopped other activities so I could smoke. Then I stopped smoking. Yeah, it means to quit, to finish it. Yeah, no more. So that's why I have stopped talking. So that means that they don't talk anymore. They have a bad relationship. But if they say Ian has stopped to talk, so it means that they stopped because they needed to talk about something, right? Actually, this sentence, it could be it has stopped to talk, right? Maybe they need to talk about something, but it says that they were arguing. So I don't know if they really want to talk. I think in this case, it means that they don't talk anymore, right? Okay. We stopped to buy. Okay. All right. Okay. Have you tried speaking to your teachers? So remember when I give a recommendation, like try maybe doing exercise, try try studying more, right? So when you give a recommendation with someone using try, you use the ing, you use yearn. When you say try to, it means that you were not able to do it, you know? Like for example, I tried to speak to my teacher, but he didn't listen to me, right? That means that I fail. If I tell you, please try speaking to your teacher, so I don't say, please try to speak. No, I say, try speaking. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. Very well. Okay, guys. Well, I have to finish class for now. Um, I need to start another class right now. So I need to finish this one. So I sent you some homework for you to practice. It was a different exercise. So you could please work on it and you can send the results to the WhatsApp group. Okay. So we'll finish. We'll call it a night for now and see you the next one. Take care.